All right. What is going on, everybody? Today we are going to be starting a Kingdom Come Challenge run. I'm looking forward to it, and at the same time, dreading it a little bit, just because I'm not really sure how it's going to go. But we'll find out. So the premise of it is we have to get through the entire game without ever healing. Now, there's certain points in the game where it automatically heals you, so I'm going to be trying to find a way get around that, but we're going to be doing it in hardcore mode with all the negative perks enabled, so let's go ahead and give it a shot. See if we can't get it going. So, new game. All right. There we go. And I'm thinking speech to start. The rest of them should be pretty easy to level. I just want to try. Hey, Sergey, how are you? And we're just gonna go through and let's just trying to level up speech as much as we can. If we can avoid combat, I'll try to, just to try to mitigate the kind of damage that we take throughout this run, but we'll see how that goes. How are you this morning, Sergey? I'll come back to that later. Just chilling. All right. Well, hey, thanks for stopping in. Hope we can have some fun with this. All right. So there's certain things that I want to accomplish in Skalitz while here. I'm not gonna do the entire grind. Oh,
at least you're up. That's a start.
Found out I got COVID. Anyway, super mild though, so I'm relaxing. Well, hey,
finishing the sword
glad it's mild. I'm sorry you got COVID, but
with what?
At least it's not too bad, right? I've had friends that have gotten it, and it's been kind of all over the board, where some are basically on their deathbed and others don't even know they've had it. That was me. I got it a while back and never even knew. I just tested positive.
With you.
Felt fine. I think you got to be extra careful about what foods you eat.
You?
Not so much about the foods that I eat. It's just with this one, I'm trying to lose as little energy as possible. That way I can kind of let's see, we can nope, there's a guard right there. Let's not take him out just yet. Yeah, I'm not really sure how I want to go about it, so I do have console commands available. At first I was thinking about to keep my health down, so certain points throughout the game make you recover health. So I've been trying to find a way around it. And I think console commands might be the way.
Lock chest. I'll need a lockpick to get into that.
And I'll just have to keep an eye on my health and manually set it to that level.
Hey, Pit. Have you
Let's
yes.
get him going up there. He takes a sweet time. Get the lockpicks here from Fritz, and then we can get them to beat up Kunish. So it's not so much about the food. I just want to make the right choices. So if I can get help, such as like from my friends here, to beat up Kunish, that's what I'd rather do. Something's happening here on this side. Not sure why that's happening. There. All right. So one of the things I do want to do while in Skalitz, I'm gonna collect at least 100 nettles just to get that vitality up. Let's see, because there's such an abundant amount of them. I'd rather get it done now. So, let's see. Next ad, fast food, no taste. Oh, no. When fast food has no taste, that's when you know it's bad. They load that stuff up. Some foods heal you up, though. Yes, they do, but actually, once you get the perk, I want to say, and vitality. Balanced diet? No. Human dustbin. Once you get human dustbin, it doesn't hurt you or get you any better. So yes, like apples and stuff heal you up, but there's not really a lot of meats and breads that heal you up, which is typically what I kind of eat. But yeah, I think once we get that human dustbin perk, I shouldn't have to worry about it. I don't remember even apples healing you once you have it. But yeah, I'll definitely keep an eye on it just in case. I don't want to get an extra point or something. But as long as we can get out of Skalitz without damage. So I'm gonna clear this up right off the bat, basically. In this tutorial, you take damage no matter what. Like when you get shot in the leg with the aside from apples, I'm not aware. Any positive food effects? There are a couple. It's mainly they're pretty minimal. I'm not gonna lie to you. That perk is really good. It is busted as far as how powerful it is, because then essentially once you hunt one boar, you have food for the rest of the game, because the boar meat, it gives you something like 27 nourishment, and you get close to 150 of them for each boar you hunt. So once you kill one, you're set for the rest of the game. Yep. And then alcohol is a concern. Yeah, exactly. With fine wines, I don't believe cheap wine actually heals you at all. But spirits and stuff like that do. I will have to keep an eye on that, but I can always find a way to damage myself just to keep my health down. But I'm just gonna try to mitigate it to just not having to heal myself at all. Lockpicking perk, yeah, it is. Luck of the Drunk. That one's a very good perk. One that I use quite a bit, actually. That one's essential. And I like it for that fast traveling, especially right now because we're playing in hardcore mode. I don't think I'm going to be taking advantage of that in this run, just because I'm not really going to be doing a lot of grinding as far as loot grinding, because I don't want to take the chance of taking damage. So I'm going to have to figure out a way. My point is I shouldn't get overburdened to have to use that, but drinking is definitely one of my favorite perks in the game. It's one of the only games that has something like that in place where it actually rewards you for being a drunk. Let's see. 70. Okay, so about 30 more, and we should have the +2 to vitality. The 100. You have to pick at least 100 poisonous herbs and plants before you get it. That's more why I'm doing it than the actual plants themselves. I want to try and get like the big perks out of the way that can help us early. 2.5 barometer safe. Sure. Yes, they should be. And is to go for stealth. Where we can, I'm gonna try to go for stealth. So I was thinking, I kind of want to have like two armor loadouts for this. The first one is gonna be that that kind of all-round build that I just did the video on, just so we can have the you know, very low noise, very low conspicuousness and visibility and stuff. And then there's going to be certain points where we can't avoid combat. For example, the runt fight, where I just want full plate mail, where, you know, mobility isn't really an issue. It's just more how low can we get our damage. And then I do want to do a little bit of alchemy, make a couple of potions, because I don't believe Aqua Vitalis, that doesn't heal you at all, but it does mitigate damage by 50. So there's definitely things we can do. I'm just wondering how much all of that will actually help, just because, I mean, you know, never healing, that's going to be the real question, is how much will the game actually let us get away from it. Okay. So, oh, I messed up. I wanted to rob the Deutsch's house before. Yeah. Not really gonna get the chance. It's fine. We should still have the chance. And see, like, places like here, just to avoid damage, should be able to beat him up pretty easy. Yeah, there we go. Just because I do plan to carry over any damage that I take here in Skalitz. Oh my god. You've got to be kidding. 70. I didn't even see him hit me. You've got to be kidding me. Well, that's not ideal. Already starting off at a disadvantage here. This is gonna be rough. That was 23 damage from a strike I didn't even see coming. Pretty sure that was Matthew that also hit me. Yeah, sleep does restore health. I've been thinking about that too. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's definitely a few things that I'm gonna need to kind of plan to strategically get around, just to see how I can do it. So if I have to avoid sleep, I will, just with potions. There's that one that restores 20 health that, as far as I know, it doesn't do anything for your Buck's blood, restores nourishment. Yes, without getting you drunk, absolutely. And it doesn't restore health. Aqua Vitalis and the Buck's blood, those will be my go-tos. That's the one I was thinking of, the Aqua Vitalis, just to mitigate some damage. And gotta stay hydrated. Yeah, boy, that is really rough. 77 health. I was not planning on that. Potion that restores energy and it doesn't heal. Be funny to run around. The monster drink. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just the medieval Red Bull, just chugging those down and never sleeping this entire time.
Well, we sorted that.
Okay. Let's see if we can get through this, because sometimes Kunesh, he'll just beeline straight for me, avoid all my friends, beeline straight for me, and then beat the shit out of me.
Kunesh, get out here, you
I'm gonna try to get back and put my friends in between them. because I really cannot take any more damage here in Skalitz. I know it's kind of being a... look! He just... What the hell, guys? Oh my god. Oh boy. Boy, that is not ideal. This is... None of this is going the way I thought it would. I tested this so... Like, look at that. They're all avoiding him. Ugh. What are we down to now? 68. In all my tests, none of that shit happened. My friends took care of all of that. Now we've lost basically half our health for this run. Before we even get out of the starting town. This is... Oh my god. Now I'm playing like shit because I'm all flustered.
All right, blacksmith boy, you got the better of me. Take what you want.
I mean, we are gonna naturally take damage as we
Greetings.
Take care. Get out of the start, but my plan was, you know, obviously we can't avoid getting shot in the leg or, you know, any of that stuff. But the plan was I was gonna carry over any damage that I took in Skalitz. So yeah, that's not ideal.
God save you.
Okay.
Here you are.
Let these two talk their nasty talk to each other. Alright, so all we have left is the sword lesson. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to get done in Skalitz. I do want to do a little bit of lockpicking. Let's get a few, yes. A little bit of Groshen, a little bit of herbalism skill. Let's see. Let's head up to Henry's and an axe, I think. No, axe. The coal, yes. I think it's in his cart, isn't it? Or is it in that dust pile? Or the coal pile right behind him. I mean, we've already got the shit kicked out of us basically twice now. I'm trying to avoid having the guards' attention. This might not help, but you know, that's why I like to start over at Henry's house. Easy. With the lock picking in the pile, yeah. Let's head back over to the tavern. There's a couple more piles and we can choke this guy out now. There's no guards. Henry's mother isn't coming. No. Let's get you out. Hey, what's going on, Orion? Nah, this man. Hey man, this guy is great for building stealth. Poor man. Always getting choked out. Okay.
God be with you.
Yeah. You're right. I think maybe save's coming just to try to mitigate some of the damage, but I mean, this is you know, like live stream, just kind of a concept. If you know, I'm gonna see how far I can get. You know, if we die just, you know, right away, or we'll see how far we can get, and I can always kind of restart it, you know, from the beginning. But generally that I'm usually able to get out of Skalitz pretty easily without anything, but I should have thought of that, of course. You know, every time you try to do anything, you know, you think you're good at it, then you tell your friends, "Hey, come here, watch this," and you just absolutely shit your pants while doing it. You know, should have known. Magic crystallizes out from the humans. Yeah, that could be the case. I'm not gonna lie. I did not even think about that bleeding out to the humans. I don't know if it heals you or what it does, but could be the shortest run in history. Not even out of the tutorial. Nothing. Tavern life, fine wine, moonshine, and spirits will take. Beer, cheap wine, mead. Usually, like, just take all the alcohol from there. Let's see. So, what else? Oh, the sword fighting lesson. That's right. And I'm pretty sure, unfortunately, that's gonna heal me. I'm not sure. Like I said, there's certain points that I know heal you no matter what. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on health. Diseases, yes. He'll have to avoid sleep. Yes, my chick, you are correct. 68. Let's see. If those icons, yeah, I think those icons at the bottom.
Well. Let's start
Disappear.
with the basics. Keep moving.
I think I had like 15 beers, you know, so he's got some really wet trousers now. Whoa, why is he getting so close?
All right. Now try to hit me. You have to put your weight into your attack. If you just fiddle around, you'll get nowhere. Try slashing from different sides. Unpredictability is the key. Never repeat yourself. Fine.
Okay.
Nice. Fine. Nice.
I wish that this was like skippable at the beginning, just because
The point of the blade is for
I've done it so many
Try it a
times.
few times.
Just doing something so basic.
Very
I mean, I
good.
get it, you know, obviously with a new run you have to learn, but
Again. Good. Let's try something else. One strike I can fend off without a sweat.
come on. Which way am
But
I
if you
coming
chain
from?
your strikes, I'll have a much harder time. As soon as you land one blow, follow it with another. Very good.
Yeah, passing out in a fight could be like instant death. Because I've definitely done it before, where if you're fighting a bandit and you pass out, you know how when you knock out a bandit, you have that option to kill him. Pretty sure they have that option on you, because I've definitely been knocked out before or passed out before and just died instantly. Let's see, I don't mind it here. Let's see, yeah, health 100. Okay. So let's do this. We're gonna have to set our health. I had it up. 1 second, guys. There. I'm gonna make that a little bit. There we go. Copy. We was 68. That should. There it is. 68. All right. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. I don't know if I even have enough health to get through that human fight, just because we did so poorly here. And then did I already get the cross guard? Yes, I did. Let's find out. Be interesting, that's for sure. All the things you wanted.
Good job. Well,
All right.
right.
Hey, Midicure?
Henry, what are you
What's
waiting
up? Nice to
for?
see you.
Bring those
Yes. Hey,
nails.
thank you for stopping in. I am excited and both fearful of this run. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, health is 68. I mean, here we go.
Here are those nails you.
Let's see if the run ends right here, right now. All right, run, run, run. Traditionally I go for the horse with the noble saddle on it. I'm actually gonna go for the faster one. Did it heal me? It did heal me. Okay. So, let's see. $68. There it is. Let's see. You know what? No, I'll still go for that horse. Save Teresa. There we go. Get this horse. Sergey, yeah, the time where the game heals you. I was thinking that too, so let's do this. Just because the game, you basically you die when you get to the runt fight. If I can make it through this without dying, which, yeah, so I think that the game actually automatically, which 72 points higher than 68. Here, you know what? If I can make it through this and make it through the runt fight, we'll say that's fair game. That's the one time, because essentially you die to do it. So let's do that. I've set my health to 68, so that should be it. Hirahan, good evening. Good evening. How are you, Hirahan? If we can make it through this, make it through the runt fight. If we get that far, we go to back to 100, because essentially you die and come back to life. How's that? Does that sound fair to everyone? First time seeing yes. All right. Well, while we're here, we might as well take this noble saddle. Plain bridle, we get a free one, but that should also make the horse run a bit faster. Oh, come on. Don't you do that. I hate when it kind of glitches in place for a second. Why am I drunk? What did I drink?
Yeah.
There we go. Should have, for the most part, lost them.
Run for it.
Okay. We should be good. We'll still, we'll still stay with the kind of 68 health through this. Save the sanity, yeah.
Run for it.
Yeah, I agree, my chick. I think so too. If we can make it through the tutorial with this kind of menial amount of health, that was kind of the plan. Like I said, I wanted to carry everything over, but
Yeah.
I think you're right. If we get, you know, healed up, especially after the runt fight, it kind of makes sense. Just because you are laid out for 2 weeks. What I don't like, the thing that made me think of this challenge run is the fact that you can get essentially almost dead. Like, you know, you can have 1 health, which means you're on death's doorstep, and over the course of one night, just kind of sleeping it off, you're back to 100%. So I was like, is there a way to kind of make that a little bit more realistic? Which is why I came up with this, because, you know, essentially this whole game takes place over the course of about 2 weeks, I want to say, because right at the end when Hans, Capon, and Henry are talking, they say like, hey, how long have we known each other? A few weeks now. So, you know, if you get shot in the leg with an arrow, or, you know, slashed across your chest with a sword, you're not going to heal that overnight. You know, it's going to take months to recover. So I think that the runt fight is kind of fair game, just because you are laid out for several weeks and, you know, on death's door and getting the best kind of medicine practices you can. So I agree. We can do all of that. Let's see. So health. I'm gonna keep it at 100 because here we have to sleep. It makes you sleep. I don't think we can even rest. Yeah. So. Yeah. Sleep. We can get wooed by Stephanie. Here she comes.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you might be right.
Get a little bit of speech XP here. I don't think we can pass all the speech though, because we have that -2 in speech. I'll typically go for this idea of Sergey. Okay, I agree, Sergey. Just trying to get through it basically with one life and sleep deprived Henry. Yeah, sleep deprived indeed. We're definitely going to be avoiding it for the most part. The tutorial kind of takes you a certain way. Now here we're gonna have a little bit of fun with it, because Talmberg, especially right now, is the time to do it. So just to state of my rules, 68. Now let's go be a menace to society here in Talmberg. Waking up in a random... I didn't think that he woke up in random places when he passed out. I thought he just woke up right where he did, but I haven't passed out in that way so many times just from sleep deprivation, but I've definitely gone drunk walking before having the perk that wakes you up in your bed, and yeah, there he wakes up in all sorts of weird random places. Don't tell me. Is that guy upstairs where I'm gonna fall down if I choke him out? I hope not. If he sleeps in a certain bed, that's the one. See, if I choke him out, I'm gonna fall down again and probably be bleeding. There we go. So we woke him up. Hopefully he'll go to a different bed to sleep. Because yeah, that one you just fall right down the porthole. Come on. There we go.
What are you doing?
All right. Wait for him to go back to bed. Let's rob this joint. Absolutely. That's the plan. Where's he going back to bed? No, don't go back to bed up there.
Hey, you.
Come follow me.
What are you doing? Fuck off before I lose my temper.
Okay. Fucking off. There we go. Okay. Now he's sleeping there. Now we can choke him out. I don't want to do it upstairs because you always fall down through that porthole when he's piled up right there. So, okay. So we got that. Can we do a hard one? No. But I'm pretty sure there's another chest upstairs that we can do. That one there. Yeah. Talmberg is not gonna have a whole lot of stuff when we are done with it. And especially right now, because they're all just waiting, so there's no guards patrolling. This is the best time, and we're gonna be overburdened, but we're gonna take it to that chest so we can unlock it anytime. So it's gonna be a little bit slow going, but still be a lot of fun. Stephanie's room or make our way over to the tower. I don't like the positioning of that. So with these locks, they're RNG. So every time you open up the lock picking kind of menu, you get a new roll. So if you don't like the position that it's in, just exit out, go back in, and should give you a better roll each time. I don't like that. Just take the expensive good stuff that we can sell. She didn't wake up. Man, she's a heavy sleeper, huh? Lock picking right next to her and she doesn't even budge. This room is only gonna have very hard and hard chests, so we're not gonna be able to do. Yeah. But there's another guard tower over there that we can, and still the downstairs that we can do. Pretty sure this one's very hard as well. It is. Easy. See, when it's in that top right corner right there, that's money. You'll get it every single time. Really need to get back to the game, play the DLCs finally. Yeah, the DLCs, I will say, they are pretty fun. For anyone that doesn't have the DLCs, what I would say is they're not quite as expansive. Like, you know, something like the Witcher 3 DLC comes to mind, where it was almost, you know, like 20-30 hours of new gameplay. It's not that, but they do add quite a bit to the game. So if you can get them on discount, why the hell did I just sit down? If you can get them on discount, definitely check them out. You know, the tournament is a lot of fun. My favorite is the Band of Bastards. That does add quite a bit of new gameplay. I'd say maybe 5-6 hours and quite a few new missions, and you know, the House of Zool armor, obviously best armor in the game. So they are worth checking out, but not for, you know, $5 a piece. So if you already have them, absolutely play through them. But if you don't, wait for a sale, or go to G2A. They'll usually have, you know, a buck or two, I think, the entire. So I bought this one on PC, this game. You know, mostly I was a console player. And when I bought it on G2A. I bought the entire game for like $12. That's all the DLCs included and the full game. So it's you can definitely find quite a few deals on getting them on sale. I only want the dog. The dog is definitely a fun one to have. So that's gonna be the Woman's Lot DLC, because that got added through Teresa's quest with Tinker. So if you only want the dog and you don't have all the DLCs, the Woman's Lot DLC is the one. Enemy dogs borderline ruined. Yeah, the enemy dogs are a little bit of a pain in the butt. They're not too bad, but I definitely know what you mean. I can see how they ruin it because they designed this combat from the ground up to be one-on-one, person-on-person. And once you start kind of messing with adding in dogs and stuff like that, you know, as a DLC, you don't really have that time to sit down and test it. And you can tell, you know, the hitboxes on them are all off. You still have the same animations. This is what really bugs me out. You still have the same animations to fight the dog as you do a human. So it's like, who's doing an upward slash on a dog? You know what I mean? It's all coming from down below. So if you're gonna do something like that, make sure that you implement some sort of mechanic to actually make sure it works. See the Royal Edition alone. Yes. Absolutely. You can get a deal. I mean, obviously, this is one of my favorite games of all time. Let's see if we can knock all of these people out without waking any of them up. I like to start there because these two are the most likely ones to wake up, and then the rest we should be able to get no problem. There we go. Look at that. Already a whole section of town wiped out. They don't let you kill them here, though, so, you know, they still try to make sure. And look at that. Aqua Vitalis. Already have one. So that gives you 1 health. Never run in. Yeah. Like, yeah, the dogs are definitely broken, don't get me wrong. They're not as big a deal. So my biggest problem with the dogs is they almost always automatically scare whatever horse you have, specifically Pebbles. If the enemy has a dog, the dog is going to run down Pebbles, make him buck you off, and then that's typically how I die to dogs. Is they scare my horse, buck me off, and then I'm just, you know, stuck on the ground and the enemy just pounds away at me. Then when you do call the horse back, it just bucks you straight off again. So that is the way the dogs are annoying for me. I generally don't have too much problems with them, but I can definitely see them causing a lot of problems for a lot of people. And they're just annoying, you know, they're not so much like game breaking as just like, ah, Jesus, these guys have a dog, you know? Just kind of that exhale sigh of like, son of a bitch. Like, not this again. Those are gonna be our friend. Imagine this weeping angel dog. Yeah, Nightmare Field. That's it. Become the Nightmare of Bohemia. Stun locked by 2 dogs and bleeding out. Yeah. Yep. It's like I said, it's just like annoying. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it's the like stupidest thing. Like, you know, horse bucks you off and you're like, oh, Jesus. There we go. Or yeah, I've had them cut my hand open before, and you know, I start bleeding and realize I don't have a bandage. So it's like, uh-oh. Am I gonna die right here just because a fucking dog, you know, bit my hand open and I don't have a way to close it up? Minor annoying shit. Okay, so that's everything there. There's not gonna be anything. We're not gonna go to the tower just yet until the daytime, because then the guards are a little bit, you know, they all gather up right there. So let's go through the Chamberlains, clear everything out of the Chamberlains. Knock him out. This isn't so much for the loot as it is for the XP. I want the lockpicking XP and I want the stealth XP to start, you know, once we get into the main game. That's going to help us out quite a bit. Let's get him out. You know, while there's loot to be had, obviously we're going to take it, but that's not the main goal of this. More for the XP and the skill gain. Yeah, still can't do hards, huh? Well, that's okay.
Listen up. be sorted by their numbers. Heed my command.
Does he?
All will live well.
I didn't see it. Chamberlain got that. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, you know what? It's gonna be in there. There might be a few more easy locks. Yeah, I was hoping to avoid it. Where's our stealth lock picking? I think if we do about 2 more easy locks, we should be able to unlock that, and I'd rather do it now. So, good point. Well, let's try to get a couple more locks picked.
I reckon.
In the chest, yeah. See, well, it's a hard chest, so I can't pick it. It's too hard. So let's try to get to 3. I believe then we can pick those chests if we get our skill up to 3.
For a fight, but if I have to choose a place
Oh shit! They're gonna see. No, they don't give a shit. Okay. Thanks, guys. Come on. It's over. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, so we're not even gonna rob that just yet. I just want the XP. Any other chests that we can get? I doubt they frisk me at this stage. I think they might, but as long as we don't get caught for actually stealing, we can even flee, give up, and then have them. I'm not sure if we actually have enough to pay off a bounty. I doubt that we do, but Henry's maxed out. Cash. That's a good point. So what I was saying, if Warhorse was smart as far as the next game, the way that they should do the leveling is if you kind of the way God of War did it, in a sense where you can tell, you know, obviously from God of War 1 to God of War Ragnarok, you kept all the, you know, the Blades of Chaos, you kept some of the skills, and they just kind of added onto it. You know, they made the combat a little bit harder, and then they had, you know, new skills that you had to learn in order to keep up with the combat. They could do something very similar in this, where, you know, he keeps like the roundabout kind of skills, sets the skill level a little bit lower, but kind of keeps all the skills from the last game and just makes combat slightly harder. I think that could be a good way to do it. I've seen some theories where people say, you know, he gets in prison for a long time and kind of loses a lot of his strength and stuff like that. So I'm curious to see how they'll do it. But yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, this one should be very easy. Yes. Will that be enough? Yes, it is. All right, look at that. Lasting lockpicks. Now we can actually go back through and do some of the hard chests. But now he's about to wake up, so I don't know about lockpicking that. Let's wait till he's up and we'll choke him out again, and everyone at the bottom should be awoken up again too. I think you get the debuff, doesn't work. That's it, yeah. You don't actually get arrested here. Here you just kind of go to that little room over there, and they don't physically arrest you, but it does ruin your reputation here. What is this woman doing? Why is she sleeping like that? She planking? Let's choke them out again. Hopefully it doesn't kill him. I don't think you can actually kill anyone here. Like, it doesn't even give you the option because it's, you know, he doesn't want the hero killing people. This one's gonna be interesting. Are we even gonna be able to choke her out? We can. What the hell? She's just having a good time. Yeah, I agree with you. That's you alright? I don't like her eyes being open like that. Where did they get money from? We already robbed them. What are these people doing at night to earn money? Even the guy is doing it. Oh man. Yeah, that's not very ladylike indeed. She's she earned the most out of all of them. I think she had like 5 groshens, so she's just sleeping with everybody. Makes you tired, I guess. That or she's a contortionist, one of the two. I love this game's physics. They never, like, as many hours as you put into this game, it never stops. Just, you know, you see something and you just go, what the hell is that? Never ceases. Fell on the ground like a pit. Yeah. Ah. Ah. Falling down the stairs, or Brian. That was the one where in Family Guy, the one where the stairs were all messed up and he kept falling down them. Or no, that was Peter. That was Peter. Let's see. We also got a stealth perk. Let's see what we can get here. Derek Debonair. So I'd rather save that point for both Crouching Chameleon and Stealth Killer ones. So we're not going to take anything there just yet. This one's too difficult. Okay. That should be about all that we can do. All the ones upstairs are still going to be too difficult, even at level 3. Comfortable. Yeah. Oh, wait. Chamberlain time. Let's choke out the Chamberlain again, and we can go ahead and try to shed some of this gear so we're not just crawling around here in Talmberg. Let's see, did the Chamberlain earn money too in the night? Yep. Dirty whore. Whored himself out at night. Still too difficult. Are you kidding? Come on now. Where's your key? Do you have a key? No, you don't. Well, we tried. I thought. Yeah. the episode where Peter forgot how to sit down. Yeah. This is more intense than the time he just jumps at the armchair.
What's going on? What else? And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot
Henry to get there,
including all manner of mercenaries. Oh, take care.
All right. So now here. That, and now because we had slept, I totally forgot about it. No, our health is set to 68. We're good there. Wait until morning. Once the morning time happens, we can rob the rest of the place upstairs with all the weapons and stuff, because then all the guards are going to be cleared out. I don't want to do it right now, but now it's just a waiting game. Catch up with anything. Imagine if they told Henry lost his memory. Yeah, Sergey. If they do something as lazy as just, you know, Henry hit his head and forgot everything he ever learned, so now you have to start, that would be pretty disappointing. I'm hoping they put a little bit more thought. I mean, it released in 2018, February of 2018. So, you know, we still haven't heard a word. 2024, they'll have had 6 years, and it's not like they're putting out a bunch of other games. You know what I mean? They're not like EA, you know, is busting out titles every other week, it seems like, or, you know, copy repeating every other title. They're not doing that. So if they try to pull something like that after 6 years and, you know, having a sole focus on one and only game, that would be pretty disappointing. Yeah, there's some points as well where, you know, you pick a dialogue option. Now, it's not as bad as Fallout 4. Not Fallout 4. What was the one I'm thinking of? L.A. Noire, where you pick like Doubt, and he's just like, "Listen here, you fucking dipshit," you know, like you're like, "Oh shit, I thought you were supposed to be nice in this one." It's not quite that bad, but there's definitely still some points when you try to pick like the noble option. What's that royal one? You know, with the crown. I've picked it at certain times, and he's basically, just like an arrogant prick. I'm like, well, that's not what I thought it would be. I thought it would be like, hey, I'm in good with the Lord of Rataje. If you help me, I'll do this. And, instead he's just basically like a total dickhead about it. There's some points where that happens, but it's not as bad as, oh, shit. All right, come on. Focus. There it is. It's not as bad as some of the other games I've played. And yes, Fallout 4 did do the same where, you pick, you have, certain, down to one lockpick. So we're going to make sure that this one is exactly where we want it. Nope. If it ain't barely off the start, I don't want it. We'll sit here all day if it takes it. There we go. Oh my god, I'm gonna break it. Yep. We'll come back for that one. That one's not too bad because it is tucked up out of the way, and we can get a few more lockpicks from the merchant. I was hoping to avoid that, but we'll come back for that one. That one's not a big deal. It's mainly all the stuff up in the tower where the guards start patrolling. Pretty annoying one with Teresa. Yeah, I have to get to work. Exactly, Sergey. Yeah, he's just like, yeah, thanks for nothing. I'm out of here. It's there's some points like that where you think you're doing the right thing, and all of a sudden you just see that that dreaded reputation lost up in the top left, and you're like, oh shit, I thought I did good here.
Listen, lad.
Loot.
God be with you.
All right, and let's take a couple more dialogue options. How is Bro running? Historical Chronicles.
All right.
I know, right? Yeah, in the cutscene, how did he run with all that weight? I wish we could run right now, but he's got what, 306 pounds on him. He's a fat boy.
Aye, but better to save a few if I can than risk them all dying.
Let's get those lockpicks. We'll go finish up the Dragon Age Inquisition. Yeah. Your chat setting confused me a bit. What's going on with the chat setting, Hurahan? So I have a stream elements thing in there. Sorry for dropping that sentence. Which... Now your chat settings are confusing me.
God be with you.
Sergey BRB. All right. 99. That's fine. We'll be able to get that back pretty quick. We can also haggle.
Let's talk about the price.
A little bit. Not go crazy there, but
All right.
maybe it's the word starts at the beginning of this. Didn't want to let you finish your sentence. I'll take a look at it. Like I said, there's a stream elements bot just to kind of, stop if someone stops in to, just drop a bunch of cusses and stuff like that. But it shouldn't be restricting any words. It's just more like spamming, all caps. So I made the settings very, very minimal just to basically stop like the very basic stuff that, people try to do in random ones. But I am seeing something like that. I do see what you mean, where some of them are just disappearing from my view. Not sure why that's happening. You know what? Give me just 1 second, because I want to see something. Let's go here. Because I think maybe it's going a little bit too kooky. So let me go ahead and we'll turn it off. Okay. Let's try that. All right, Harahan. Let's see if that's any better. I basically just turned everything off. That way, because I am seeing some messages also disappear in front of me. So I'm not sure if that's the, if that's the stream elements doing that, if that's just YouTube. It's my first stream, so, I'm still kind of coming to terms with everything that, that kind of comes with it. But I'm sure it'll smooth out over time, but let me know if that's any better. So we have all of that. Let's drop all of our stuff off here for now, so we can run around easily. Okay. And we'll come back for that. Nope, we're still overburdened. That's right, all the weapons we just picked up. We can run again. Yeah, I think it was stream elements burden. Yeah, I don't know why. I'll try to mess with it, because I was very hesitant to put that on for that reason. So I guess I know that it's probably doing something in the background that I don't want it to. I'm gonna have to go through each one of the filters themselves individually and actually see. YT chat even told me message was blocked by owner. Edit and try again. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely mess with that today and see which one of those. No, I never had the message pop up. I think it does it all in the background, which is kind of where, like I said, I was hesitant to do it because I don't want stuff working without me knowing. I don't want people's messages being blocked without it telling me anything. So I'll mess with it. I'll make sure. For now, it should be off, so don't go crazy, but there shouldn't be any filters in place. So y'all behave now, but you can say whatever you want. Oh, you fucker. Okay, well, we already came to terms that the run fight will get the heal. Just can't do that shit again. Am I just retarded? Yep, I am retarded. Got it. I was like, that should have been an easy one. It was right in the center for us. Excellent. I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, I mean, so just because I don't know what all the ground rules for everything on YouTube are just yet, I'm still fairly new. I want to say I've been, kind of doing this, for about 5-6 months, something like that. I don't know what all the ground rules are for all that. So that's why I thought it would be a good idea to have that, that spam protector on. I personally don't care. I really don't get offended by a lot of stuff. But you know, just for other people out there, you know, doing stuff like that. Let's see, where am I going? Oh, we got to talk to Stephanie. She's gonna give us like the 25 groschen, tell us what to do, and we can go ahead and get out of here. If we can find her. She's sitting down on the courtyard. No, she must be in the church here, little room here praying. There she is. Doesn't even have a dress on.
The Lord save you.
I would like to ask your assistance, my lady, if I may be so bold.
What's the matter, lad?
I need to get out of the castle.
It's always good to
Your
hear when
husband
people
is keeping
take a joke. That is a
good
dying thing nowadays, I feel like. People being able to take a joke.
May the Lord watch over you.
You know, there's obviously there's stuff out there. I always say it's all to do with intent. Like, is the intent to make someone cry or, you know, feel bad about themselves, or is the intent just for a laugh? That's why, like, stand-up comedy, I absolutely love it, because it's all meant to, you know, make someone laugh, and they'll touch edgy subjects and stuff like that. But you know, if the intent is there for, you know, someone to have a good time and it just doesn't land, it doesn't mean that that person's, you know, necessarily a bad person. It's just he tried to make a funny joke and wasn't that funny. That's not a crime, you know? So, you know, stuff like that I can understand. Of course, I was in the military, so we've had people from all over the state, all over different countries, you know, all melding and meshing together and stuff. So it's definitely interesting, you know, to see all that kind of come together, and you know, you have to work together from all different backgrounds and stuff. It's a lot of fun, you know. Let's throw first we're gonna talk to him. We're gonna get, now there is something that I wanted to no, we'll go out the main gate. Let's go to you.
Jesus Christ, be
Get out.
What?
Okay.
God be with you.
So I'm gonna put the good stuff on. Bam, bam. No, what did I just put on? I put on some shit. There. Okay. Silver, elbow. Still don't have the shoes. That's it. Silent shoes. And that should be everything that I want to take. So the rest of the stuff we are gonna put down.
Good luck to you.
The rest of the stuff we're gonna put down in the tavern right there. That way it appears in the chest in not Skalitz, where am I thinking? In Rataje already, over at Peshex. Because if you leave it here, you have to physically come back for it. Bro looks like a bandit, yeah. He does, doesn't he? He'll fit right in. Quick question. Does the no healing thing work? Do you not sleep either? So I'm kind of testing it. The plan is to not sleep. The plan is to craft some potions and stuff. But if we have to, I'm probably just going to use console command. So I've taken a little bit of damage. I've console commanded myself down. We've kind of agreed that, you know, once you get beat up by Runt, that's when the actual, you know, the challenge run itself is going to start. Just because, you know, in the tutorial, you have to take damage. You get shot in the leg. You know, there's no way of beating Runt in the fight. There's no way to escape Skalitz, so it does it. So, you know, you're gonna take damage there. As soon as we get into Rataje, we stop the tutorial and everything. The plan is, if I have to sleep, if I take damage and I have to sleep, I'll console command myself back down to what I started. So I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on my health and just keep it at that. And there's also certain points in the game where the game just automatically heals you. Like after you go from you know, the hunting lesson with Hans Capon, you know, you bring him back to Rataje, the game automatically fills your nourishment, your stamina, and your energy and your health. So in that case, if I've taken damage up to that point, I'm probably going to console command myself back down to the previous you know, level that it was at. That way it stays consistent, like you're not healing through sleeping and stuff.
I'll be with you.
So that's the plan. We'll see how it works out. I have a couple other things that, you know, I might try if that doesn't work, but I don't see that not working.
May the Lord watch over you.
So let's get all of this stuff that we want to keep. So the other big thing, if there's anything stolen that you have at this point in the game, if you take it into Skalitz with you, it automatically loses all of its stolen tag. Sleep is necessary. Make it. You're not allowed to sleep with having injuries. Yes. So I'm going to try to avoid sleeping. If I don't have a choice but to sleep and I don't have time to craft the potions, I'm going to try to, work around it. So maybe if I have broken legs, I'll, you know, try to jump off something and take a little bit of damage. But yeah, it's, I've done some tests, but everything is definitely not completely worked out up to this point. I'm kind of learning on the go, but I have a rough idea of kind of what I'm looking for out of something like this. We'll see if it actually works out that way, but so far, we're on track. I made the mistake. Okay, those are 3 and 2. Should have 3 and 2. One and 1. That's awful. Okay, nope. Can't even use any of the bows. Might as well leave them there. Still. Oh, all this stuff. That's right. Okay. We're overburdened a little bit, but not too bad, so that should be good there. Let's head on over to back to Skalitz. And you can get out that way. This is a little bit closer, and once you get far enough away, it just automatically transport you, so we'll head out this way. I've been in the military. Oh, worked in the restaurant with all flavors. Yep, I've worked in the restaurant business as well, the restaurant industry, and yeah, I definitely know what you mean. All kinds of people and actually learn the different cultures of food. Yep, there's a lot of ways to learn about people, and yeah, working with them is definitely a great way. You can kind of see all the different, you know, what really blew me away about working with all the different, you know, kind of cultures of people is just, you know, work ethics from different parts of, you know, the place. I've definitely had some where they're very, you know, not lazy, but kind of lackadaisical, and then there's like certain people that I've worked with that are just, you know, the hardest working people I've ever, you know, had the pleasure to be around. So it's always a lot of fun seeing all different kinds of people. All right. I'm gonna try to fight him just to get a little bit of combat XP. Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the ass.
You're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Oh, of course. Oh. Thank goodness. I wasn't worried at all there. Nothing good. Okay, we can also take care of that treasure map 9 that's over by the courtyard while we're right here. Wish I could sprint. Will he play Manor Lords when it comes out? I'm not too sure. I have a couple other games, so, you know, I kind of... there's a few more things I want to do with Kingdom Come Deliverance. You know, a couple of challenge runs. I'm working on another guide right now. You know, I had a couple weeks off of work, so that's why I've been kind of, you know, doing a little bit more with like editing and you know, putting a little bit more time into the YouTube stuff. So hopefully that can, you know, kind of keep rolling. And then yes, the plan eventually, I mean, the thing that's killing me right now is Warhorse keeps coming out. I honestly thought that they were going to be announcing something for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 before the end of the year. And the only reason I say that, I'm not trying to be like, you know, that hopeless romantic that's like, oh, it's happening this year, it's happening this year, it's happening this year. But generally what you'll see in the play cycle of a game is when they're about to release a sequel, they're going to start making that first game extremely cheap and keep everyone's kind of eye on it, you know? So they're going to make, you know, huge sales, they're going to advertise the sales, they're going to put out these live teasers, stuff like that. And Warhorse has been doing that a lot with this game, especially this year. You know, they've been making the, you know, on the G2A, whenever it goes on sales there, GOG, you know, GOG, whenever it goes on sale there, they keep saying every single time, like, hey, you'll hear from us soon, you'll hear from us soon. So the plan was to, you know, do all this and then hopefully in 2024 have something, you know, like a Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 to play to continue kind of, you know, the growth of the channel. That's not looking likely right now. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed, but I'm not going to, you know, bet everything I own on it. So I am going to be looking for other games to kind of expand the channel into that are kind of similar to this. One that I was thinking of was Medieval Dynasty. You know, I've got a good amount of hours in Medieval Dynasty, and it's kind of, you know, along a similar vein to this one. Another one was Mountain Bay Bannerlord, you know, kind of that medieval theme. Manor Lords I'm not too familiar with, but I might look into it. I'll have to check it out, but yeah, it's thank you for the idea. Honestly, it's you know, because that is something maybe, you know, first quarter, I'll say, of 2024 is when I'm going to start looking into it. There's a few more things I want to get done with Kingdom Come, you know, kind of while I have it. And, you know, the game is always going to be my baseline. You know, anytime I don't have something new to play or something that doesn't interest me, I find myself personally playing this game. So this is always going to be part of, you know, my play. He's too busy making an idiot out of himself commenting on the politics. Yeah. Main developers too. Yeah. Well, it tends to happen. Whenever you start getting too heavy into politics or anything like that, or, you know, you make that the whole center of your entire existence. A recommendation, but I picked up Thief for $3. You know what? So funny enough, Thief for $3, I did that as well, and I played it, and I think the problem was, maybe I didn't get far enough into it. I think the problem was, I was thinking it's going to be like a Skyrim-esque, you know, kind of similar. And I couldn't get into it. I tried. I really did. I sat down for maybe 3-4 hours and I couldn't do it. It might not have been Thief. It might have been Thief 2. But I do still currently have the game. that I bought it for $3, and you know, but yeah, I have maybe 2 or 3 hours invested in it, and I just couldn't do it couldn't do it anymore. Satisfy that stealth itch, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know what it was about it. Hella fun. People shit on it from different from older games. I liked it. I might have to go back to it. Like I said, I definitely saw the gameplay and thought I'd be interested. It is like right up my alley for what I like for a game. I just personally never did.
Hey, well, I never. The pig turns up willingly for the smoke.
There we go.
Bring
Ah.
it on!
Let's not take any more
Christ.
damage. Need to learn how to block.
Take that!
Come on, you.
This will be interesting.
There we go. Thank you. Oof. Baldur's Gate 3. I have not played it, but I have very, very strongly considered Baldur's Gate 3. I hear it's a fantastic game. The major problem was to get this time off, I did a bunch of swaps with people at work. So that's why I have this 2 or 3 weeks off. But basically around the time Baldur's Gate came out, I want to say it was mid-October, something like that, if not early November. I was working a lot, you know, I was basically there, you know, 6 days a week, every single day. I just took a vacation with my fiance. So just getting back from that is why the YouTube thing is kind of, you know, taking a little bit more precedence. So I haven't played a whole lot of new games recently, but yeah, I definitely keep in touch with all the news of, you know, games released and all that stuff. But no, I have not played Baldur's Gate 3. It is hopefully on the horizon. Actually got killed by this guy once. Look, Sergey, no matter how you've been killed, I guarantee you I have a worse and stupider way of getting killed. I've been killed in, you know, having lost a fist fight. Oh, the executioner. I tried to choke him out. He beat the shit out of me. Beat me into unconsciousness. And then as I woke up, the game glitched out. So somehow I got put like on top of his, whatchamacallit, that trough. As I woke up, I fell off it and died. I had 1 health or, you know, whatever it was, and that's how I died. I basically died from him beating the hell out of me. It's like, I've died in so many stupid ways that you can imagine. Trust me, there's no shame in it whatsoever. City layout. Using me too much. Keep going with the city layout with all the passages, yeah. Like I said, I didn't even get that far. I think I maybe got out of the tutorial and, you know, the first kind of couple of missions. But I'll circle back to it. The reason I wasn't too upset is, yeah, I picked it up for next to nothing. So it's like, how mad can you really be when you pay $2 for a game? Alright, what do we think, guys? Should we put him in his place? We'll do it.
I see a cunt remains a cunt, no matter what the situation.
And then we can just draw our sword and he runs away anyway.
That's right! Turn tail and run,
that.
you bastard!
Bastard Spishek. Okay. So the dovecote should be over there. We can get everything down. Yeah. I've definitely paid way more money for far worse games. I mean, so the most recent one that comes to mind. So this is the one that I play the most. I don't stream it. I don't really advertise it on here. But the one that comes to mind, especially right now, I can't believe I got duped into it. Fun fact, if you lose to him, Spishek will kill you while unconscious. Yeah, well, that's because Spishek's an asshole. That's why I have no sympathy for him whatsoever. because I hate Spishek, and you all should too. I'll promote that till the day I die. Spishek is the worst. Yeah, getting back to paying for games. So I paid $100 for the UFC 5 that just released, and specifically, tell you why I did that. Fyodor Emelianenko is probably one of my favorite fighters of all time. Just, you know, a stoic kind of appeal. And they told us he was only going to be part of the DLC kit for the pre-order. So I was like, okay, well, they've had 3 years to work on it. It's EA. It's a big budget studio. So this game is going to be, you know, revolutionary in every single way. And it came out, and unfortunately, the state it's in now, I personally think it's in worse state than UFC 4 by a long way. And it turns out all the characters, you can actually just unlock, you know, post, you know, after the fact. So they kind of dupe you doubly there, where they're like, hey, this is a brand new game, and you're like, oh, I can't wait for it. And then they tell you, if you don't buy now, they did that classic, you know, the classic car salesman. If you walk out of here today, you won't get this deal. And so, you know, you're kind of forced to make a decision, and that's what I did, and I ended up spending, yeah, never trust EA. No kidding, Sweaty Vetter. How are you? Yeah, EA's, and that's kind of what made me think back to EA when I was talking about the development of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, because, you know, EA always does that. You know, how many Madden EA titles have come out year after year, and you think, oh, this is going to be revolutionary, it's going to be brand new, and it's the same bugs, and, you know, the only thing that gets updated is the rosters. Now, you know, they're fun, but I don't buy those every single year. I'll wait, you know, every half a decade. So, you know, 2015 I'll buy it, 2020 I'll buy it, 2025, because then you can actually see the improvements EA's making. But, you know, the FIFA titles, the Madden titles, the 2K titles, it's like, is it really worth spending $60 every single year for stuff like that? There's a reason got called the worst company of the year multiple times. No kidding. You know, and part of that I can understand, because they have so many games in development. Like, that's what, you know, it's understandable. They have so many different sub teams and stuff. Now, I'm not endorsing it, but I'm just saying, like, I can see why when your attention is split to, you know, 15 games you're developing at the same time, none of them can actually, you know, focus on making the game they want. They just kind of churn out some, you know, some crap that's gonna, you know, sell well, and then, you know, they'll pay for the servers for a year and then move on to the next thing, I'm picking the trait. He's a traitor, needs to be hung. I do too. Even after you tell him, I'm gonna help you out here, I will still pick, you're a traitor, and I'm gonna hang you. Kinda glad there's no news on KCD2. I just hope the shadow drops one day. Yeah, me too. You know, it's been a long time, and I think they just, like I said, I'm not saying that I want, you know, something, you know, even firm, or, you know, hey, this is when it's going to be released, but kind of, I mean, you know, obviously it's got 100 million views. Has everyone seen the latest on Grand Theft Auto 6? Like, you know, they have this whole trailer put together and everything, and it says coming in 2025. That's perfectly fine, but at least I know, hey, something is in the works for this. I don't care if, you know, if Warhorse comes out and says, hey, expecting, you know, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 in 2026. I hope it doesn't take that long. Just something to show this is where our focus is. We haven't forgotten about you. You know, this is kind of where we're at with it. That would be enough. You know, just get the community talking, get them excited again about, you know, a subsequent release. That's all I'm really after with them, you know? Let's see. And we can't even take any of this stuff off, so it's all gonna get beat to shit. Okay, well, make it quick. Thank you. Let's hope they don't do that weird date for the, yeah. An announcement date for the announcement date? Yeah, no kidding.
I told you how it would end.
How sold with the twerking of the trunk car. Calling it now. Yeah.
This is nice work. The chief is going to like it.
The game of the year 2025. I'll buy it. I mean, I don't think they've had a bad Grand Theft Auto game. I mean, you know, back with Grand Theft Auto 3, that's when I got into the series. You know, that was revolutionary at the time. Just the fact that something could be open world like that, and you know, the fact that you could, you know, we were, you know, that was considered never before seen or done. Come on. All right, that's it. We're done. This doesn't count. This is green. Just get it over with, guys. Come on. There we go. Bam. See, there's so much stuff in the tutorial. We're just kind of like, just let's get to the game. There we go. Chinatown War was pretty bad. Chinatown Wars, which one was that? Wasn't that like a DLC? Afterwards, no company gets. Yeah, my check. Only certain companies do, and some companies are a lot better at fooling me than others. Unfortunately, I have a soft spot for like UFC and MMA, so that one will always get me. But yeah, it's almost nowhere gets my full price anymore. Almost. And then there's certain ones that come around and dupe me, and I just feel like a fool. Trying to also keep an eye on this so I'm not accidentally an asshole to her. Or I do that. I just need to get to work and you tell her eat shit. I've been lying.
He's in.
I know.
I owe you my life. There we go. Historical Chronicles. Yeah, what if KCD2 isn't what we hope for? That's always a possibility. Unfortunately, with games like that, it is a possibility. Hopefully not. That's pretty likely, yeah. You're not wrong. We'll have to wait and see. I usually don't like to go too far in either direction. So I don't want to count out a game entirely before it comes out, but I also don't want to, you know, build it up to be this, you know, this new record-breaking revolutionary thing, because if it isn't, it's 10 times worse. You know, I'd rather be shocked by how good a game is than shocked how bad it is, in a way. Now, I'm going to say this as well, and it's going to be, you know, I don't think it'll be too controversial, but it's like, if you remember the state that this game launched in, it was pretty awful. You know, as far as the launch state of a game, like, this was one of the only ones where I had, like, consistent game-breaking bugs, like, pillar to post. Like, I'm talking, I would experience, like, an NPC is just nowhere to be found. The map marker shows, but he fell through the map. So I'd look up a guide on, like, excuse me, how do I, you know, get around this? And it's like, oh, you just go talk to them instead. And I go there and they fell through the map. So it's like, there was no way I was moving forward from that point. And that was happening over and over and over again. So I don't think that the launch version of Kingdom Come 2 is gonna be, you know, initially what we hoped for, just because this game wasn't. But do I think that, you know, with them focusing all of their time and effort into it, they can make it better? Absolutely. And the reason I say that is because their attention isn't split between 50 games. They have one game that they have ever made, which is this, and they're going to have 2 games, which is this and, you know, whatever the follow-up title is. So I think that they can make a CDPR foolish with Witcher 3 with Cyberpunk. Yeah, lack of coverage, less hype, better hype. Yeah, in my opinion. You're not wrong. And I mean, speaking of Cyberpunk, look at what CDPR has been able to pull off with that. That game has had like, you know, a full 180 from its launch state, like especially after the 2.1 update. Recently, just kind of messing around, I went over to it, and it's a brand new game. I probably have, you know, 100 something hours into it, well before even the 1.5 patch, definitely before the 2.0 patch. I almost don't recognize it. It's that new of a game. Like the weapon tree, the skill trees have all been reworked. Every single one of the UI element, like everything about it is brand new. I almost don't recognize it. So, okay. Real quick, just to kind of yeah, definition of let him cook, absolutely. So, we're officially out of the tutorial. We've got the shit kicked out of us by Runt, and we've woken up. So, as we said earlier, we are at 100 health now. Any thing that we take, you know, because part of the tutorial you have to, you know, like I said before, get shot in the leg, stuff like that. So any damage we take from here on out is permanent. If we take damage in combat, whatever we do, it stays there forever. Even if the game tries to heal us, I'm gonna get the console command in, and we're going to set ourselves back down to the health. So we survived through the tutorial.
Eat something.
Let's get ourselves some
The
food.
insides are shriveled up with the hunger.
So apples, cheese, bread, and salami. Bread, salami. Now we've got our... That's the only solid food we have? Guess so. Yeah. Which potions? Indeed. Okay, so Aqua Vitalis. We're fine with doing that, and that's Achilles. You withstand wounds easily for 5 minutes. So Aqua Vitalis is fine. The Bard potion is fine for Stealthcraft. The Lullaby. I mean, I'm not gonna be drinking the Lullaby. So Marigold Decoction, obviously we're gonna sell that. Don't need it. Mead is okay. No health there. So Moonshine and Spirits, I believe, are both gonna recover health. So Moonshine is out, and so is Spirits. Yes. So no Moonshine, no Spirits, no wine, and no fine wine. But I think cheap wine. So cheap wine is okay. Cheap wine, we're good. Cheese, nope. I believe only apples and certain fruit and vegetables recover health. So stuff like the dried meat, cheese, and the cheaper kind of beer. So beer, wine, cheap wine, stuff like that. We should be okay. It's only the high end stuff. I'm doing challenge runs since it's the most. I mean, I have thought about it, Sweaty, but you know, I figured, you know, if people want to see from the very, very beginning, like I'm talking, you know, from the very start, that way there's nothing that I'm doing, you know, in subsequent challenge runs that I do, I'll kind of take a poll and be like, hey, do you guys just want to start right here in Rataje, or do you actually want to see kind of how getting through, you know, Talmberg and stuff like that? Because there's a lot of cool stuff you can still do there. It's definitely scripted, but there's still a bunch of cool shit that you can do. You know, we already have like a very, very good set of armor that we got through there. Need.
May the Lord watch over you.
So we have a good idea of what we can and can't drink. Let's go ahead and we'll do this stuff for the miller. And this way, we can get some more lockpicks, and at night, we can get our lockpicking up. So the goal here, like I said, I have an idea in my head of what I actually want for all my skills to be for this run. So we're definitely going to want a lockpicking of at least 6, so we can get that luck of the drunk. We can pretty much lockpick anything that we want. I'm going to want a stealth of at least 8, so we can, you know, be a little bit more stealthy, and the goal is going to be for a stealth-based kind of run. We're not going to be able to stealth our way through everything, but we are, for the most part, going to be able to do that. Faced with cockerel, we can never have sleeping Henry. So, realistically, the only time that sleeping will become an issue is if I take any damage. So, see, like, right now I have 100 health. I'm allowed to sleep right now because, you know, you're not going to improve up, you know, up to 100 health. The problem becomes if we're at something like 50 health, you know, and that's going to heal us up considerably. But even then, I can do console commands and get ourselves back down. So the plan is, for me personally, I don't plan on sleeping. I'm going to try to get a few of those cockerel potions done now so we can just, you know, basically not sleep this entire run. But if I have to, so like right now, I don't know what the cockerel potion requires. Oh shit. We just went right up to him. We need to go up to the top. I don't know what the cockerel potion requires, but I can look it up. I have it here on the side monitor of my computer, and we'll make a few of them. That way we can kind of get through this a little bit, and then once we learn how to read, I'll be able to like mass produce them. I wonder if you pass out due to lack of sleep, does that not restore health? I don't think it does. No, when passing out, so it's the same thing with like passing out when you're drunk. It's not really considered sleep. It's just, you know, you just kind of pass out. So I don't think it's actually, I don't think it actually heals you. Like I said, for those unavoidable situations, like if we pass out and somehow get health, or if you know, if we finish a quest, for example, talking to Bernard to start your training, like when you start shooting with Hans Capon, automatically puts you at 100 health. And then if you take any sort of damage in the fight with Hans Capon, you know, after you beat him at Archery, it restores health. So there's certain things that do, for those unavoidable situations, that's when we're going to use console commands. I'm basically going to force a game to, you know, keep me at a certain health. For the situations I can avoid, I'm going to try to, you know, so instead of sleeping, I'm just going to drink a couple cockerel potions and not sleep at all. That should be just fine. And the biggest thing that is going to have to get through my head, very, very Valerian and mint for cockerel. Okay, well, there's Valerian right here. I'll go ahead and start gathering the Valerian. I do want herbalism at level 5. Oh, the Valerian's up there, actually. And then there should be some mint over by Peshek's. There's the bird's nest. Great place to store herbs for potions. Okay, yeah. Not bad at all. Where is the Valerian here? I know it's right in the area. Actually, I'm working on an Alchemy guide right now, so I just kind of relearned where all the different potions are, and I want to say that there was Valerian right here. Oh, I'm an idiot. Are you not buying? So I am going to I'm gonna it's not against the rules to buy the potions, but because I'm gonna be trying to avoid any situations that put me in harm, such as, you know, armor, looting, farming, stuff like that, I'm not gonna have quite as much, you know, disposable income as, you know, some of my other runs. So if I can avoid buying them, of course I can buy them. There's nothing that restricts me to not doing that, but especially right now when I have 136 groschen, that's gonna buy me what, 2 cockerel potions at the most. It just makes a lot more sense to put that money towards something else, like maybe either a helmet or something like that, or repairing my gear, keeping up with gear repairs, as opposed to just buying potions that I can make myself. So the mint should be over here by Peshek. Valerian, I know I can get that on the way up to Rataje. This should be the mint right here. Just over the church wall, basically. Okay. Absolutely. Usually the storing that stuff isn't too bad. It's just more everything else that you try to sell. But let's see, how much mint did that actually give us? 4. It's not really enough. But we can always steal it from, or we can, you know, I'd rather buy the ingredients from the apothecary as opposed to the actual potions, because like you said, he's right next to that stand, so he should be pretty easy. You know, I think the ingredients together are, you know, a couple of groschen, and the potion is 40 or 50. So I'd rather buy ingredients from him than anything else. I think we should be done there. Let's talk to Peshek, let him know. He's gonna give us the lockpicks and teach us how to lockpick. There we go. I knew you could do it, buddy.
There was a corpse in the...
Clever lad.
Why
Only I
did
wouldn't
you,
recommend talking to him about it. He's a bit touchy on the
so
subject of robbing the dead.
the reason is I don't believe that the ring... I don't think that the ring actually spawns until you check the corpse.
May the Lord watch over.
And hopefully... Did he just give us the lockpicks? No, he did not.
May the Lord
Maybe he did. Kind of weird. You can make potions for money. Yes, you definitely can. And when I do build up my my alchemy, I did actually, Sweaty, I did see your video about, you know, making the 1,000,000 groschen easily. Yeah, I can imagine that probably took quite a long time, especially, you know, 20-something runs of making potions. It's not very riveting. I've done it. Don't get me wrong, I've done it. Not up to that extreme, but I've had a straight to Hermity the top. Oh, okay. Yeah, Sergey. You have to check the corpse or go back to the miller. I always just do that because it gives you extra. The miller, once you check on the corpse, he'll give you extra lockpicks. So it's just kind of like muscle memory. Just go back to him, have those 20 lockpicks in case I break any of them, because I don't just break into the executioners for, you know, 1 or 2 things. I rob him of absolutely everything. Easily. If you say so. Yeah. There's not a whole lot that comes easily in this game, is there? All of it's a bit of a grind. Let's see if we can't convince him to...
Hey, who's that?
Fuck off out of here. All right.
Miller,
That rogue.
half a...
Yeah.
It's
Get out of here. We can take all your shit. Yeah, it's all garbage, but you're playing on hardcore too? Yes, sir. Hardcore with all 9 negative perks. Wouldn't be a real challenge run without that, would it? Just kind of, you know, gives you a little bit of extra oomph to the gameplay. Don't like that. Don't like that. I like that one. Okay. Dead man's ring. Nothing there. He's got a few more things we can loot. Why not? Play on hardcore without all 9. Yeah, no kidding. I honestly cannot remember the last time I played on regular, on normal mode. Just because basically as soon as hardcore came out, I fell in love with like the no HUD down below. There's no map markers up top. You can't see your location, so you actually have to like look up at the sun and, you know, find your cardinal direction from there. I fell in love with all of that stuff, so I almost just couldn't go back to normal mode. As soon as they came out with hardcore mode, it was hardcore mode or nothing at all. So, kill the animals for extra weapon XP? Okay, I don't think we have a weapon on us, unfortunately. But I think he does have a bludgeon. What I'd really like to do is find an axe. That would be bludgeon. I mean, we can still get strength and some XP, but what I really want... Did he have an axe anywhere? Just bludgeons. I'll take the bludgeon. Alright. Just did my very first run on hardcore recently. How did it go? Let me guess, did you get the achievement die for the first time in hardcore mode? Come here, dog. Yeah. Oh, we got a strength perk. Now, if there's any members of PETA watching, I love dogs, okay? I have a dog. He's right there. I'm only doing this for experience. So please don't report me. I also like pigs, but I like eating them more than anything else. Okay, this is gonna make me a much better warrior, is by doing this, okay? This is not animal abuse. Look at that. Worth every single second of hell I'm gonna spend for animal abuse. There's still a dog. So he's dead. That's not a dog, that's Mutt. Oh. So I still hear a dog going somewhere. Where the hell is it? It's still barking, or is it that dead one that's barking and it's just glitched out? Oh, there it is. You shut your ass up. Did you not see what I did to your fucking brothers? Look at him, huh? Look at that one. Will looting it make it go better? No. There we go. I couldn't just stand watching it just stand up like that. Now what I especially love is the executioner won't even be slightly mad at us. So basically he just had a random stranger that he's never seen before go up to his house, tell him that the miller shorted him on flour. He's gonna go down there. The miller's gonna tell him, no, you're wrong. We didn't short you on anything. And he's gonna go back. Everything at his farm is dead. Everything is stolen, and he's not even gonna suspect us. He's just gonna be like, oh, it must have been some other stranger that broke in and did all this misfortune to me. Also friendly, and we always do this to him. I know, right? What has Herman ever done wrong? You know, he's an executioner, but that's his job, you know? That's what he does. It would be anarchy without an executioner. Who else is gonna kill the convicts? And yeah, he just gets absolutely shit on by the player. They bring in another executioner, you know, later on down the story to do his job for him. He gets no love whatsoever. And look, he's gonna yell at you, but later on he actually forgives you.
What kind of trick were you trying to pull last time, you cur? I went all the way to the mill for nothing. Clear off and don't
I'll have to
show
get
your
something
face.
to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
Oh, shut up, Henry. Don't worry, he'll get him laid later, right? Yo, of course. We gotta make sure that Herman gets it in, man. Of course we're doing that. so we are tired and hungry. Health is at 100. We're at a point right now that we can sleep, and this is probably going to be one of the only times that I do, just because I don't have the cockerel yet. It's getting late, around 1900, so all the shops are going to be closed. Let's sleep for the night, but we do need food. Shit, you know, I should have actually taken all the pork off the things right there, but it's okay. We've got some chickens we can go absolutely demolish right across the way there at the farm. I mean, we can kill their pork too. We got some pigs here. Please don't report us. There we go. 35 pork. If you kill the evil family, the dialogue with the lady is funny as hell. Yeah. It's pretty funny. I mean, I'd say both of them, even with the evil family and with the other one. He's just kind of, you know, an asshole. So that's one where it's fun to be an asshole back, when she's just like screaming at you the whole time, you know. Well, what if I was to burn down, you know, if I was to burn down your farm, what would your neighbors do? And she's just, what? You know? Hilarious. Kind of fighting fire with fire on that one. Okay. So we're gonna sleep and save here. Like I said, probably the only time in this entire run. Since I don't have cockerel yet, I don't want to start passing out this early on. Spoke with the family and they will take you away. Yeah, I know. Sergey. Yeah, because they're dead. That would be a good reason. It's funny too, because it doesn't really clue you into anything is wrong right up until you actually get to the point where you have to tell them that they're dead. It's like, oh, I spoke to the bailiff and found the family. And then it kind of, you know, it goes into like, oh, you're not going to like them. And, you know, everything is the same right up until that point. And you're like, the reason you're not going to like them is they're all corpses. You know, just kind of the big reveal. Well, gotta go. My chick. All right, hey, my chick. Thank you for stopping by. I'm gonna be doing this all week. If you're able to stop in, thank you so much. But yes, I do plan on doing this all as a VOD later on down the line. You know, kind of cut it up and do the same thing I did with my other hardcore challenge run. So, thanks for stopping in. We'll see you later. Because he does pay. I mean, I would say as a prostitution, I would say it's more, you know, I'd say it's more in the porn category, because it is being filmed. I'm currently filming and you're getting paid for it. So you're going to get basically a live porn show right here. Because that's the only real difference between prostitution and pornography, isn't it? Just someone has to film it and post it. So there you go. It's legal. It's not even illegal. See, 53. So we are gonna have to still have that cooked pork. Let's top that up. There we go. Without hardcore mode on, yeah, it is. YouTube is gonna demonetize me. Yeah, probably. I'm not too worried about it. Just skip the whole scene with the priest. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. So I'm not gonna show any of those. I'm just saying, you know, it's that's essentially what it is. You're letting a guy get it in. He's paying you money to bring him women, and I'm filming all of it. So I mean, YouTube is kind of endorsing it. I'm just saying.
And just... I must speak... No, of course.
All right. And they have a bunch of dialogue, so I'm just going to go ahead and power through all that.
What? How?
Along with everyone here in Rataje. Henry's a pimp, exactly. He gets a cut out of every single penny that the others bring in, so should be legal, right? I mean, after all, he's not even a pimp, you know. He takes women around and, you know, offers them protection, and they give him a cut. That doesn't make him a pimp.
Your Graces, I have to
Shout
tell
out if you know
in all
what movie that's from.
that this land of ours is in the shit.
Have you even been listening to the story? It's from the other guys. Okay. Well, trying to think what should be next, because right now it's... So right now we're at Train Hard, Fight Easy. We also have the Good Thief going. Let's go ahead. It's Traveling Bass. Henry's an entrepreneur. That he is. YouTubers are a weird breed. There was a channel that consistently was sponsored by a sex toy company. Then other than that, try to be family friendly. Yeah. Yeah. The sponsorships get a little bit weird because, yeah, you'll see, like, you know, someone that's a gaming channel or something like that, and they'll have, like, some random off-the-wall sponsor that you're just like, that doesn't go together at all. So, yeah, a sex toy company, and he's, like, talking about, you know, fun places to take your family in fucking Milwaukee or something, you know? It's like, wait, hang on a second. Go back to what you just started your video with, you know, this video is sponsored by who? You know, Trojan Condoms. That's anti-family. I brought some of the... I really hope... Yeah, me too. Flashlights need advertising too. That they do. 1091. Yeah, I hope Kingdom Come Deliverance comes out someday as well. It's I think it's likely that it will. I just don't know when. Are we talking about, you know, 2024, 2025 release date? Or are we looking at like 2030? Because we haven't heard a single word. Like, so Warhorse did just announce that they're making this game, Kingdom Come, to the Switch port. It's like, it's been 6 years, man. Like, we were kind of hoping you were putting all your time and effort into making the next game as opposed to making this one, you know, applicable to more systems.
May the Lord watch over you.
Condom vending machine on the toilet at McDonald's. I've been to Europe, and yes, they have some weird distribution methods. I'm pretty sure, yeah, a condom vending machine. I'm pretty sure somewhere in Europe had, or no, it was Japan. Okinawa. They had yeah, they had like a vending machine for underwear. So like I don't even know what is that, like if you shit yourself in public, you can just have a fresh pair right there. Like there's some weird shit out there that you can just buy at vending machines. Yeah, Munich. Sounds like something me need more modern StarCraft, yeah. So I never played Starfield, only solely for the reason that I was like, I wasn't sure, and when I saw the stuff kind of come out for it, unfortunately, I want to say it was kind of what I was expecting from a launch Bethesda title. Bethesda is incredible, but notoriously, Skyrim, every single one of their launch titles has been shit for the first several months. And especially when you're expanding in scope and stuff like that for Starfield, I mean, it's still, from what I've seen, it's a decent game. It's not a bad game, but it's just not what everyone was hoping for. bland and so uninspired. Yeah, unfortunately, that's kind of what I was thinking. Let's go back to Peshek. I want to... What time is it right now? You know what? No. We'll go ahead and do the training. That should get us, there. As they used to be incredible. Yeah. I mean, I still think that Bethesda has the potential. You know what really is going to be the test? Because, so they said that once Starfield came out, they were going to put all their focus and effort into getting the next Elder Scrolls title out. So Elder Scrolls 6. That's going to be the real test because it's a tried and tested, you know, title that's established. They know how to do one of those well, you know, with Skyrim, with Oblivion. That's going to be the real test because anytime, I mean, you know, CDPR, you know, like you said earlier, Sweaty, you know, they know how to make a good Witcher game. You know, they did, I believe they did Witcher 2. I don't think they did Witcher 1. I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me on that. But I know they did Witcher 2 and Witcher 3. And, you know, Witcher 3 is absolutely incredible. Again, a little bit rough at the launch, but not too bad. And then it just became, you know, like an all-timer over time. And then they did the same thing with you know, a brand new title, something like a Cyberpunk, something they've never really touched, you know, too much in that genre, you know, kind of that first-person shooter RPG that Cyberpunk was, and it was rough at the start. You know, it was nigh on unplayable, and now it's absolutely incredible. You know, it rivals almost everything else that's out there. So with given time, you know, they can make anything well. But I expect The Witcher 4, when that eventually comes out, they already have like a baseline of how to do a good Witcher game. So that's going to be the real test of kind of the state of the company. I think it's going to be much the same with Bethesda. Once that next, you know, Elder Scrolls title comes out, if that comes out well, then, you know, they're still doing well. Because they're established in that market. They know what they're doing there. I'm going to be a little bit, I'll still play it. Yeah, I'll still probably play it too. Unfortunately, you know, even if it's not what I thought it will be, just because in the back of my mind, I'll still be thinking like, you know, they can always improve, they can do better.
Yeah.
So actually, I'm gonna do. Let's start with the basics, just so we can.
So let's see what you're made of. Hold it properly and keep moving. Never stand still when your life depends on it.
So I'm still gonna try to avoid taking damage in this training.
Right, good. Now try attacking. You've got to put your back into a good slash. No use waving the sword around like you're swatting flies. Go into the attack with your whole body. Try slashing from various sides to get used to it.
And I'm just doing this to try to get a little bit more sword XP before fighting Hans Capon, so we can do some combos on him.
That pointy tip
My
isn't for
7 days
decoration.
to die is
Try
insane.
stabbing me with it a few times.
So I actually just recently had a buddy of mine tell me about 7 Ways to Die. I haven't played it, but it's on. It's probably at the top of my like new games to look into. Is 7 Ways to Die. I haven't played it, but I had a friend of mine endorse it very heavily.
One strike, I can simply fend off. You mustn't give your opponent
We
time
just
to
did
react.
do this in Skalitz, but the thing is, it gives you a little bit more XP. So the reason I did the basics is you'll see kind of towards the end. So like right here, the chain strikes, we do them just one at a time. It's a little bit grindy, but if you do them one at a time, eventually he stops you. But each time you do one of these, it gives you sword XP, strength, and agility. So at the start, this is vital because I need to get my sword level to 3 before fighting Hans Capon so we can avoid taking damage from him. So once we finish here, I'm actually going to go over to that field of sheep right beside him and kill a few of the sheep just so we can get our sword to 3 and get a couple, or at least one combo.
Let's go.
You have 700 hours in 7 Ways to Die? Okay. 7 DT.
What is it? Sudden visitation by the Holy Spirit?
7 days is a highly Minecraft these days. I mean, Minecraft was fun too.
Let's go. What's going on?
You don't have to, but like I said, this opens this up to just kind of grind out those extra, like, little bit of skill. It's minimal. I will admit, it's minimal. We're gonna have better options available as soon as we finish this. But before the Hans fight, in this run particularly, you know, if this was just a regular run, I wouldn't so much worry about it. But because I don't want to take literally a single strike of damage from Hans, I still might, but I want to just overwhelm him basically with combos. And for that to happen, I need my longsword to be at least level 3. So that's why we're doing this. See, we just got another sword level. I want to say we're at 2. As soon as we finish this, we'll go and kill those sheep for another level.
What are you waiting for?
And the developers are simplifying it heavily. In what way? The skill system crafting? Oh, okay, yeah.
What's going on?
That's always a problem with titles that try to become too mainstream. Like, you see, what my biggest fear, I'll tell you what my biggest fear of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 actually is. It's the fact that, you know, if you remember at launch, so many people were put off by this game because they're like, it's shit, your skills are bad, you're this, you're that, you know, there was so much negative on it just because people didn't realize, like, hey, this isn't like a traditional RPG where, you know, like a Skyrim, you start and you're, you know, the Dragonborn and you can shout people off cliffs and you can do all this incredible stuff. You actually have to learn in this one. And that put a lot of people off because, you know, they thought the entire game was going to be like that. What I am hoping that they don't do is try to make it more accessible to more people and make it overly complicated just because they're worried what people might say. It's like, this thing is a dream for, you know, people like us that like it as like an indie title that's hard, that's difficult, that's challenging, that's like nothing else out there. That's what makes it appealing to all of us. And I'm hoping that they recognize that and understand that and don't try to change it to be, you know, like all the other titles. So this is also going to be a chance for me to try out that mod. So I do have a mod that slows down. That slows down the, yeah, so it should mitigate some of the slower attack speed. I didn't go with 0. Just because I've heard it can make the game kind of run like shit, so I set it down at least to the minimum. So it should make combat a little bit faster paced. Everyone used to think it was very bad. Well, so yeah, I never thought it was too bad. The thing I was most upset about when this game launched was all the bugs. Like game-breaking bugs. They weren't like minor things. They were like things that would stop me from progressing in the game. And nothing I did, like loading a prior save, I didn't know what was happening. I never realized the perfect strikes and combos existed. Yeah, I think you basically said that, you know, in your first playthrough, you basically played through as an NPC. Like right till the very end, you never did combos, never did perfect master strikes, nothing like that. It's
in combat, keep an eye on the space between you
I didn't learn until probably my second one as far as like the master strokes and stuff like that. It takes a while. Yeah, I think all of us at some point have, you know, been on our 3rd or 4th playthrough and been like, I had no idea this ever even existed.
Nice. That's it. Not bad. Not bad. All right.
Go.
Right. Lesson 2. Everything you've learned about blocking is wrong. When I
cool to have a legacy save rail over, kind of like Witcher 3. You can put a Witcher 2 save. There's a small company. Sweaty, that would actually be a good idea, or something maybe like either like a Witcher 2, or something in the vein of Mass Effect, where it's like the decisions you make in the first one. I don't think that that'll be an option. It would be cool though.
Alright, that will do.
You know, maybe there can be like
Now
some
you.
sort of a mod or
Trick
something
is
like
to
that
stay
that kind of,
in
you know,
stand.
takes
As soon as I
takes into
start to
account the
attack,
actions
you
that you
block.
did in the first
Boom
one.
knocks the blade aside.
So you can kind of continue with the story. But
Good.
you see, Mass Effect, I think, was always meant to be a trilogy. Like, so they designed the very first game in mind already with like, hey, we're gonna port over these certain decisions into Mass Effect 2 and 3. I don't know if this one was ever designed to be a trilogy. I could be wrong though, because they do end off with a huge kind of cliffhanger. So maybe they always expected it to be, you know,
Right. I will try it a little
a
faster.
trilogy or something like
Concentrate,
that. So
block just at the moment I start
Privoslavitz was so
Strike
freaking
from
hard.
above each time so you
Trust
can
me,
see it well.
depending on how you decide to do Privoslavitz, that can be as easy or hard as you like.
Good.
So my last one, it was in that, you know, Quest Rewards
Nice.
video that I did. That was an absolute, like, when I tell you it took over 4 hours,
No, not
Oh.
like that. You mustn't hold us
that
out
was such a
there.
rough
You
attempt.
have to
Like, I
go
was so
along the
close to
attack.
quitting at
Again.
Privoslavitz. If Black Peter didn't make me quit in that one, Privoslavitz definitely would have
Not
made me.
bad.
I was at my breaking point, like nothing I was doing, but then again, I did also,
Alright.
you know, screw myself over pretty heavily
All right.
by taking a minimum amount of troops with me.
Good, good. Now let's try it at full speed. You probably won't succeed, but that's normal.
Boss
at the
music
start. You
stuck
must
in my head.
train. Let's go.
Yeah, da-da-da-da-da-da. You know, whatever the battle music in this one is. I do like the it is a little bit faster, you know, it's not quite nothing, but it does make the timing of it a little bit easier just because he doesn't slow down prior to.
Wait a while, Henry.
Okay. So we didn't really take any damage there. Hopefully we can take no damage against him. They left it open-ended for a sequel, close enough that makes the player feel satisfied. Yeah. I just hope that they continue the actual story in the second one. Like they don't they don't kind of veer off and do something completely different. Because I want to see personally how the story with Henry and Hans and all them going to see. I want to see how that you know, concludes. Like that's what I think it would take to make people satisfied with the conclusion of it. I don't want to see something completely different where you're playing a brand new character that doesn't have anything to do with this kind of story or anything. So
attack, and I'll show you.
to be honest, they have a different protagonist, like the main story is written to fit historical events. Yeah, I mean maybe that could be
What are you waiting for?
it's very possible, you know, kind of like the tutorial in this. Like, I don't think they're going to make it quite as slow as, you know, the Skalitz tutorial, but maybe it's something like, you know, Henry gets there, you simulate a battle, or not simulate, but you play as Henry in a battle that gets you, you know, kind of comes to terms with,
Raise the weapon, jump aside.
you know, the combat mechanics, and then, you know, at the end he's killed and you have a brand new, you know, character. That's very possible, you know. Because Henry's a fictional character, you know, he's not part of the historics. So as long as it follows historical events, it could be very possible that, you know, get into a battle with Henry, go through it. That's where you learn how to block, how to strike, all the you know, come to terms with all the game mechanics, and then, you know, dies at the end, and you just, you know, get reborn as another peasant somewhere down the line that continues the story, and that's why you're, you know, dog shit or everything again. Henry and Hans get married in KCD 2. I mean, hopefully. Just saying. Henry and Hans, they're both nobles now.
And the last
They love each other.
Today,
What's wrong with that?
trick. You raise the sword to force your opponent to block, but then change the direction of the attack at the last moment, and the opponent won't even know.
They already
what hit
kind of
you.
have that married couple
back
vibe,
the
don't they?
weapon,
They
then
kind of,
change the
you know,
attack zone and
despise
strike.
being
I don't
around
have
each other,
time to
but can't live without each other. So, be a match made in heaven.
Good.
I hate it when it does this. He doesn't actually
not
change.
Like that. Well done. Good. That's it.
Maybe a kid could be the new protagonist. It's possible.
Again.
I mean, could also be Henry's kid. I'm just saying, if you play like I do, Lady Stephanie has some Henry seed in her.
Well, now, that wasn't too bad. Maybe we'll make a soldier of you after all.
That's why you
Don't
can
get
kind of,
cocky.
you know, I think
Have to
that would be
train
a
hard
cool
and
concept too.
persistently.
Like if you have a kid, then you can
might
actually have a
talent.
character creation.
Talent alone won't
All those
do.
scenes in the bathhouses, come on.
Whenever you've got nothing better to do and you're in the mood for it,
Yeah.
you can come and train here with me. I can teach you something more when you're up to it.
Okay. Let's
Don't leave yet.
go. What is our sword at? 2.5. Okay, so a couple of those sheep to kill, and we should be in pretty good shape. Let's run over here. I'm gonna get my sword out of just any sword that I have out of my chest, and we've got to get that to 3 before doing the archery and all that with Hans. Are they only finding? They made Eric and the bad guy be in a relationship. Yeah, that was kind of weird. It was almost like, yeah, I think the vibe that they were going for was he was kind of like his illegitimate father kind of thing, where, you know, he was much the same in his youth. But yes, it definitely had like a, hang on a second, are you two, you know, bumping crotches together kind of vibe to it, as opposed to like a, you know, like a father-son dynamic. So if you bleed, it's over basically. For the most part, I mean, if I can stop the bleeding, the only big thing is just, yeah, you just keep the same health, you know, for the entirety of this run. So currently we're at 100. If we bleed, we'd have to end it very quickly to kind of minimize the damage, but yeah, it's not ideal. We do have some good armor, though, which I'm thinking of actually equipping right now for that Hans fight. Yeah, let's do that. Just to, again, minimize damage. Okay. Be all the slots, and then we need a sword. Any sword will do. Okay. Shouldn't have to sprint. Well, no, actually, if we're killing the, oh, fuck. Do the tourney over and over again. So, you know, I was thinking about doing the tourney. Here's my thought, though. Any damage I take in the tourney, does that carry over? Because the thing is, I don't know how much damage I actually take, because I can't open my inventory while I'm in the tourney. So I wasn't planning on doing the tourney simply for the reason that I was going to try to avoid being, you know, too kind of, you know, spammy. So my goal, plus I'm actually not going to have the Lords of Lipa armor. There's another set of armor I'm actually planning on doing, and it's going to be that versatile armor that I just did the showcase on, just because that's going to help us be stealthy, except for certain parts in the game. Like the, you know, the Battle of Privoslavitz, where stealth isn't really going to help us. Like, you're going to have to fight Runt. I think it just resets you. It takes you back to all the way 100% as far as the health. So, you know, in that, so if you do it early with 100, yeah. No, that is true. I think there is a tourney the next day, like tomorrow. Hopefully no one catches us doing this. Oh, jeez. Oh, shit! No. I already got the bounty. That's fine. It should just be for attacking those sheep, so it should be what, a couple hundred, which we don't have, unfortunately. We might be going to jail already, boys. I don't remember what the bounty is for attacking animals. Killer. I tried to actually choke her out, but we already got the bounty, so I think at this point all we're gonna do is just make it worse for ourselves. Let's see what it is. I mean, if we go to jail, we go to jail. I don't want to fight them. What's going on there? Nothing, man. Oh, no. Don't you hit me. Don't you hit me.
I've had reports about you
Attacking livestock won't come cheap. 80. We can afford 80. Damn it. I knew those sheep. I wanted the sheep to run the other way. Really owned her. We can kill her later. I'm just saying, that's not off the table. She did just show us she was a snitch, and we all know what we say about snitches, right? All for attacking a sheep too. 120 it is, but yeah. I'm getting the Valerian that apparently I'll need for the cockerel potion. Now that I found where some is. Oh my god, they sent... What is this, fucking Skyrim? They sent this many guards to attack me for a fucking sheep? Come on, guys. It's not that serious, is it? Yeah. You don't know what I'm capable of, man. I'll fucking kill this whole town just to kill these sheep. You know what? We're gonna go up to Herman's. Herman would double cross me, and then at least if Herman catches us, we can kill him and he'll come back in about 10 days. We're right back to picking on Herman. Can't ever get away from it, but he's also got some livestock there we can kill. Like I said, I'm being extra cautious in this kind of run just because I know one mistake could make or break this run. One bad move where, I take unnecessary damage, could make something like the runt fight, damn near impossible. Or, certain, do your sanity a favor, get the instant herb picking mod. Yeah, so I am running with a couple of mods right now. I have the instant herb picking one, it's just not in the actual folder for the mods. So it's one of my inactive mods right now, just for I wasn't sure how people would be like, to the realism of the game. Plus, I mean, I don't really mind it. If it's gonna be a thing where I'm picking, hours and hours, like for example, if I was gonna be in Skalitz for hours picking up flowers, I would absolutely get it. This is just a few of them we're gonna pick here and there. It doesn't bug me too much, but yeah, if it ever comes to like a gaming session where I'm picking up for hours and hours, I'm definitely gonna activate that one. Had a funny thing happen with the thing of stealing everything for some reason. Bounty there transferred to Rataje, got put immediately in jail, coming out the Miller's Goop. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and assume, Sergey, that was probably early iterations of the game, because I think that I've had that happen too, where I got, or maybe it wasn't necessarily that my bounty transferred over from Skalitz, but I've definitely been put in jail very, very early in Rataje, and then yeah, basically coming out of it, the goons are there waiting for you. Don't they let you go if you promise to pay? You're not allowed to sleep once you've taken damage. Yeah, that is the essential idea, is not being allowed to sleep. Now, if I have to, because I don't have any cockerel potions, I have console commands. To kind of get around that, so I can keep my level down, but I'm gonna try to stay as close to just not sleeping and not healing at all. Now, if the game forces me to heal, I can console command my way back down, but that is the idea. Why don't you try to use Henry's charisma? I don't think I have. I mean, 7 charisma. Generally, you need about Like, I want to say 12 to 14 to overpower the guards. Sometimes you can get away with less, but, you know. I mean, I could have, but 80 wasn't too bad, and, you know, we don't really need a whole lot of Groschen in this run, so I'm not really hoarding it. I very well could have, but where are the sheep there? There we go. Some good old sheep to level our skill. So essentially, I just want this to level 3. That's all we're here to get. If they stop running. I suck at this, by the way, so we might be here a while, boys. Trying to time. Yes! Alright. Once we get one, it becomes substantially easier, because then you just gotta time them on the way up. Ah! Which I didn't do. Come on. Yeah! Alright. Oh, what? That didn't drop him? Yeah, that's a good point. I put it on just in anticipation of having that Hans fight, but you're right. For this, we don't really need the armor. The other problem is our agility level is not high enough for this sword, so that's why we're getting tired so quickly. There we go. Yeah, the armor off definitely does help. Come on. He's so out of shape. I also can't have a bleed out. You actually need to kill it. Ah, really? It's a tough fucking sheep, man. How many stabs is that? I hit the wrong button. Faked his death. Yeah, this guy's a trickster. All this for one sheep, and we still haven't even killed it. There we go. Do we get it? Haha! 14. So we just need to do that like 6 more times. See, and unfortunately they don't have a hit window when they're actually on the ground, so you have to like time it as they get up. No, stay going uphill. Stay going uphill. Thank you. There we go. Come back down for me. Come. Stop it. There we go. Go uphill. There we go. Come on back down. There we go. Imagine having lower agility than a sheep. Yeah, I don't have to imagine it. I'm watching it happen right now. Not the same as hunting. Yeah, this is hunting sheep with a sword. This is way different. Yeah, Hans Capo might have had a point about us being a peasant, huh? This is the only hunting that we do. Oh, come on. Yes! Oh, this one. Hang on. I'm gonna focus on this one, but that one should be... It dug its own grave, quite literally. Come on. This one's just about dead. Alright, well. Oh, no! And now I don't know which one is dead or dying. Well, that one was a headshot, so... Yes! Sad God. Godwin noises. Brrr. God, this is sad. I know, man. Look, I warned you at the start of this that this was not gonna go well. You were warned. Avert your gaze if it offends you. I only need 3 more of them, and then we should never have to kill sheep again, or you should never have to watch me have to try to, you know, to watch this. By the way, do you have a schedule for your streams yet? I don't have a schedule per se just yet. Now, I'm off from my job for a couple of weeks, So definitely all of this week, I'm going to try to do around the same start time, around 10 a.m. my time. Just because it lets me go to the gym in the morning, get everything kind of set up for the day. So, you know, it's a good start time for me. And that's going to be Monday through Friday this week, or basically until this run ends. I'm going to be trying to finish this run all on live streams, and then that gives me about a week to a week and a half before going back to work to actually start editing it and finish up a couple of the other videos that I have. So that should be the plan for this week as far as subsequent streams going forward. I'll definitely keep everyone updated on oh yes, okay, there we go. See, how hard was that? That wasn't that bad, was it? It was pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. So we got the Wrath Strike. Let's put the armor back on, because that's also going to help us mitigate some fall damage. And I almost always take fall damage going down from the hey, why are you still alive? We don't need you, you're lucky. You guys don't have to suffer through another 8 minutes of me trying to kill one sheep. So we got that sheep, we got that all taken care of. I need my chainmail. No, I'm not going to wear the chainmail for the Hans fight, because that is going to make us tire much quicker, and the current armor that we have on should be fine. So let's go take care of the Hans stuff. We'll do the archery and all the different Hans stuff. And yeah, we'll go from there. Now, question is, before I get there, do we do this normally, or do I try to do the glitch method and try to get, you know, like 60 bomb braces to get extra money? Which way? So I don't have any restrictions on myself in this. Meaning, like, you know, as far as like glitches and exploits like that, I'm allowed to use. I'm not really trying to do an honorable thing, and I mean, we're just trying to get through it. So do I use the exploit for a shitload of extra money, or do I think that's going to slow me down? No, it's going to slow me down, because you get super overburdened, and I feel like, you know, in something like this, so we'll do that in a different run. Like I said, this is #1 priority is damage mitigation. Trying to take as little damage as possible at every single scenario that the game gives you. Finished up my Gatorade. It's not sheep genocide if your name is Henry. The sheep massacres. You gotta do what you gotta do. We don't need that many Goshen. We get a lot of extra money. Your choice. Yeah, I mean, you're right. We don't need that much, but it is nice to be able to keep our gear up to par until. See, that's the hoarding mentality of mine, is, you know, get as much Goshen as much as possible. But in this one, I kind of have to switch my mentality to be more about, you know, damage mitigation. How do I avoid taking damage, not how do I
bandits coming at you from a distance. Shoot one in the eye, drop your bow, and draw your sword on the other. Emperor Charles, God rest him, encouraged his subjects.
It always takes me a minute to get used to this very light bow because it drops so much, but there we go. We got it keyed in.
You're holding the thing like a piece of firewood. But enough talk. There's the target. Try and hit it. Draw the bow, aim, and release. Try to get a feel for
this
the
one's
rhythm.
Weird.
Inhale on the draw. Hold your breath for a moment.
So you almost have to like aim up at that wall.
No jerky movements. Just
If
let
you
the
want
string
Oof.
slide out of your fingers.
Too far.
As if you were about to draw it back more. It's all one movement. The arrow aiming at the target and flying. Shoot away. What you have there is a training bow. The arrow drops quickly. Once you've trained a bit, you can get yourself a better one, and then those arrows.
That is a ballsy man. I will say, he does that like consistently. He just walks out in front of you like I won't shoot him by accident. Like, he knows this is the first time we've ever shot a bow, right? and he's just walking lackadaisical. Laugh at every failed shot
That's
to
it
put me
then.
off so much. Yeah.
I don't like to say it, but it wasn't that bad. I don't know why you
He makes fun. I did not realize that. So
Nothing will come of him anyway.
until maybe a few times in, I didn't realize that he literally laughs at you every single time you miss.
What did you say?
You know, he's such a dick.
Then let's get to
Hans
it.
bow will probably come in handy. Yes. That it will. So we're gonna try to win that off him. For more than just, you know, the handy reasons, but honestly, we need to win so we don't take damage by him. What did that one? Is that just me or did that just shoot curve? Imagine if you can. So you can actually shoot him, but I'm pretty sure it fails you automatically. So basically says like you've lost the trust. So if you turn around and shoot either of them, or if you shoot Hans, I'm pretty sure it just gives you like the you died state, and it says you've lost the trust of Sir Radzig and been executed. Because I have done it on accident, I think. Now, turning around and shooting Bernard and all them, that was definitely on purpose. But I'm pretty sure I've shot Hans on accident and it failed me.
What are you?
If you like.
All right. Moment of truth. Still got a hand. Okay.
I'm gonna
Yes. Okay.
Well,
there it is.
you got the better of me this time.
The first time I played, I actually tried to murder him afterwards.
Are you alright, sir?
Don't worry your mangy.
Prove it. You sweaty. You stop trying to make me make bad choices. I make enough bad choices on my own without provocation. Okay. I don't need you chiming in telling me how to fuck up my playstyle any more than it's already fucked up. We've already gotten a bounty. We've already, like, you know, gotten a bunch of shit that I wasn't planning on doing. Let's not make this too much worse. Okay. So got through that fight as well. He's easy to beat. He is easy to beat. He just has like certain annoying moments where he just becomes like he'll block everything and just stab you to the face. And something like that can do 30 damage. And like I said, I'm carrying over all damage. So any damage I take, even if the game heals me. So for example, if I fight him and, you know, it heals me up or something, I'm going to console my way back down. I'm here to be the devil on your shoulder. I already have one of those. How about you be the angel? That position is vacant. Tell me all the good options I can do. Stop giving me shitty suggestions.
I need to search you.
Do we have anything stolen on us? We do. So I'd rather sell that. That is a very expensive tool. Now, I'm going to show you a way that you can actually keep this, pay very minimal, while still doing that. But first, I need
Can you hear me?
that. Okay. So I'm actually going to take the bounty. Because right now they're looking for stolen stuff.
Get going.
If we actually take a bounty, it's only about 20 groschen, and they're not looking for stolen stuff. Now they're after you for, something completely different. So yes, I want him to get pissed. Give me a bounty. There we go.
All right, enough.
Ah, you son of a bitch. Oh, see, we failed that one. Pay. How much did that do? 98. Son of a bitch. That asshole. Cost us 2 fucking already. Okay. That's fine. That's not game breaking or anything, but it's just unfortunate that he decided to go straight for violence. Son of a bitch. That's 2 that I'm gonna miss, I'm telling you. It's okay. 98 and 100 are essentially the same thing. I'm just gonna have to now keep in mind that I'm at 98. What's next? Oh, now it's time to learn the Master Strike and everything else from Bernard before we go on the hunting trip. That's going to help us out quite a bit. And that's pretty much going to finish up. They should add guns. I don't know if that would be too historically accurate, but, you know. I think there was a mod in Bannerlord where you can have, you can basically add in, like, a gun. That was interesting.
Good health to you.
Little did the guard know Henry has not slept for a second after receiving lunch yet.
I want to learn. There's
Son of a...
farewell.
I forgot to talk to Bernard because I'm an idiot. So that option isn't available to us. I was so focused on trying to get to the bailiff, I'm missing out on all the essentials. It's now slamming G to surrender. Backing away in this card of the Talmberg slams it. Yeah, Talmbergs are extremely OP in this. Like, you take any, you know, it doesn't matter how good an armor you have, or, you know, it could be a peasant. One hit with a Talmberg, no matter what, you're pretty much done for. Ever again. From that moment, Henry was a changed man. He decided no more sleep again ever. He's just gonna take revenge on his enemies. So, yeah, now that we have taken the damage, now would be a great time to brew up a few of those cockerels. Once we go back down, I'll brew up a few of them. I'll have to pull up the recipe since we don't know it just yet. Is there any more mint up here? I don't think there is. But we can buy it from the apothecary.
You better hope his lordship hasn't taken it badly.
Doesn't have crossbows. I believe that they had ideas for crossbows. Those were on their way out at this point. Yeah, I believe they had the idea for the crossbows. I'm not sure why they nixed it. I think it was something like they couldn't, you know, get some sort of systems to play nicely with each other. But yes, I'm hoping that in the second one, that is something that they fix. You know, to include crossbows. Because that will kind of give you an interesting dimension of gameplay, because, you know, notoriously crossbows are more powerful, they do a little bit more damage, but they're a lot slower to reload. So you can get one shot off and basically kill anything in the game, but you only get that one shot before they close the distance. Whereas with bows, you know, they're not fast by any means, they're at least faster than crossbows that you have to, you know, spool up and reel and, you know, put another bolt in and then, you know, heave up, because most of the crossbows were, I mean, pretty sizable, you know, as far as the ones that were actually taken into battle. They were not light, you know, they're 15, 20, some were upwards of 30 pounds, depending on, you know, which part of Europe that the crossbow was made in. There were some you had to brace, like, up against your waist, you know, you couldn't even put it up against your shoulder.
Heavens, lad.
So we're not going to pay him just yet. First, we need... Okay. This is where... Let me look something up real quick. Cockerel potion, we need spirits, valerian, 2 mint, and okay, so I've got that. We need the valerian, the mint, and I thought you had to put your... Yeah, so So there's different styles of crossbows. There's ones that I've seen where yes, you put your foot down. They have that little piece at the front that you put your foot through and basically deadlift the thing up. There's others that had like a winch that you could put on. Basically, it was built into the thing, and you kind of crank it, and that would pull it back. Those were even a little bit slower. Those for like the really powerful crossbows that you couldn't deadlift. The string tension on it was just insane. Yeah, the cranks and the pulleys as well. So it just depends on the style of crossbow that it was.
Here's a hoe.
There's definitely a lot in history. Let's see. I believe he has mint as well. Yep. Mint, since we need 2 of mint, that's going to be the thing that holds us back from making a bunch of them.
All right, sir.
Are we agreed?
Oh, and that actually reminds me, we have a bunch of skills here, so we're going to do final offer. Strength, I'm going to hold off. First aid 1. We're going to go aesthetic. Ascetic? I think that is. Stealth, we're holding off on. The strength, we're holding off on. Okay. We're good there. We should have enough for a few of the cockerels. Bim94. Hey, what's up, Bim? How are you? Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. I know you have some Bannerlord stuff I'm sure you're probably doing, so... Yeah, thanks for stopping in, Sergey. So, actually, as far as his... Yes, that is pretty good. What my plan is, I want to try and do the same one that I did for that the versatile build that I just did. So we already have the Aachen Dark Brigandine. We have a few more things that we need. We have another padded coif that we can use. So yeah, that is for like the actual main style gameplay, and then I want to have like a backup. Look at all that when Henry can't read, but it's okay. We can force it into force it to do what we want. Nope, not that. Inventory, there we go. Mint and Valerian. And add ground mint. Okay, so we need spirits. 2 ground mint. Hi, Bim. Hey, like I said, thank you for stopping in. Jesus Christ be praised. May the Lord be with you. That's my handwriting. I hopefully not in that same style. Look at that. All the words and shit, all the letters are misplaced as well, or just the handwriting. Obscure Schnappe. Okay. So first it's the 2 ground mint, then it's the Valerian, then distill. Gotta go before I get triggered by the alchemy. Is your left eye starting to twitch a little bit? Just freaking out a little? Oh, alchemy. Yeah. Gotta love it, gotta hate it. I mean, it is a fun concept. Luckily, you don't gotta boil shit. The only time you have to boil is when you distill. So I think that should be everything. Distill. This is the only time you actually have to hit the boil feature. Twice. 1, 2, and we're good. That should be 3 cockerel potions right there. Discovered a new recipe, cockerel. All right. So let's get as many of those as we can out of it. Spirits. That way we don't have to sleep for the rest of this run. Now, I'm sure it's going to happen by accident. At some point, I'm going to forget. I'm going to lie down in a bed and mess it up. But like I said, for those moments, I have console commands, but the goal is going to be, I'm going to say here now, not sleep. If I forget, I'm sorry. I'm kind of an idiot, so it'll tend to happen, but I'm actually about to start actual work. Oh. Well, Bim, that actual work is, well, it depends on what you do, so can be fun. I mean, I like my full-time job. It's definitely fun. It keeps stuff fresh, but yeah. How actual Monster Energy, this is how it tastes too. The green vials, they literally just, oh shit, we didn't, I think we're allowed to make one mistake, so this one should come through, but I didn't distill it. Nope, didn't get fucking shit. Okay, all that was for nothing. Gotta love it. Yeah, Monster Energy is, I'm more of a, lately, I mean, I kind of go through, so one of my favorite energy drinks ever was Giants, but you can rarely ever find those. You know, they used to be at the PX a lot, like on base. They used to have it a lot, so Giants was like a really good one. Blue pomegranate. And then from there it was, God, what was the other off-brand? Some Bangs, and then right now lately, I haven't been drinking a whole lot of energy drinks lately, but I'm fortunate to have a fun job too, Sergey. Yeah, it's, I mean, it definitely makes a difference, you know, if you can actually enjoy going to work. Now, you know, at the end of the day, work is work, you know, it's gonna have its ups and downs, but for the most part, you know, I really love what I do, so it makes it a lot easier to make it through a work week, you know, when you're not dreading to go by. Now, it is fun having time off, so I can kind of put my, you know, my time and effort into a passion like this, you know, gaming, hanging out with you guys, and doing stuff like that. But you know, I'm by no means, I don't dread going to work. Like, you know, unfortunately, some people that do. I know some people like that, you know, don't enjoy what they do, so they kind of, you know, they're stuck in that loop. No fun. Whatever happened to Zions? So Zions is still around. It's just very hard to come by. That's what I mean. It's like, it used to be so abundant because it was, I had first heard of it when it was sponsored by the UFC. That used to be on, like, I want to say 2010, 2011 era. It used to always be, you know, the energy drink of fighters, you know, Zions, and it had like that barcode. That was its thing. I'm at work right now. Oh, that's awesome. Well, hey, thank you for stopping in. Hopefully this is it's making some of your time fly by a little bit. Living vicariously through a playthrough like this. For department at the bank where I called people who were late on their loans. That was proper shit job. Yeah. Anything like that, you know, late on loan payments, something like that, I can only imagine where it's just kind of like, well, shit, I have to do this today, you know, you either, you know, something in you know, loan collections, something like, you know, that, which, hey, if that's your job, by all means, I'm not talking down on it whatsoever. It's just more of like, how depressing would that be? You know, you basically call people to tell them, you know, hey, you owe us money and we're going to take everything you love away from you. If you don't, you know, it's like, it would just be, hurt the soul, you know? Plucking leaves off plants. YouTube makes the day. So I'll be honest, most of the streams that I catch, I do also at work. You know, if I'm kind of sitting at home, or, you know, I usually have something to do. I'm either editing, or I'm, you know, if I am on YouTube, I'm typically just kind of looking up, you know, what else, you know, just kind of fishing for ideas. Usually if I do it at home, but most of the stuff I do, like as far as like the binge watching and stuff, I'll typically do at work as well. So yeah, I'm happy that it kind of, you know, has that outlet for you. Oh, I didn't even realize that it's now automatically. So I guess once you make it once, there we go. There's something I never knew before, because usually I get the recipe for it. I usually don't do it this early. So apparently if you make a recipe, it automatically appears in that book. I didn't know that before. All right, do this a couple more times, then we'll finally go and get the lessons done. I can come back and create more. I just needed some to kind of get me through the night, get me through the next few days before having to do this again, and then let all the inventories restock. One of my challenges run inspired by your drunkenness. Oh, I'm happy to hear it. I'm happy to hear it. Oh, by the way, Sweaty, if you actually, I'd seen the comment a couple of days ago that you said if there was a way to get in touch. So if you go on my profile, I have an email that I use for stuff like that. If you want to reach out, you're more than welcome to. griffgaming92@gmail. It should be, like I said, in my profile. I didn't realize that it was all set to like the privacy settings and stuff. I thought I'd gone public with it, but yeah, I happened to notice. I remembered that